You are now listening to the Pelicans post-game report.
All right, shout out to the fam, man. Good to see y'all on this episode of PPR, man. Much love, representing the flocking nation. Stand up, big ups to the Pel faithful. PPR is in the building. Big Q representing. Much love to the fam. We up in this thing, man. And of course, Saturday, as we talk about the Pels, man, a few news, notes, and items I want to go over with you guys. In this brief stream, I'm also going to open up the phone lines for the family members to chime in like we customarily do here on PPR. We're going to talk about our Pels today. And, of course, we got a little time before the season start. The Olympics is still kind of keeping basketball fresh in our minds. We're watching what Jose Alvarado, with Daniel Tice is doing as well, as he's really playing a good brand of basketball. And, of course, all of the stuff that continues to swirl about as I've seen articles about the August the 6th thing. That's DC brought that to me a couple of weeks ago about the August the 6th thing. I don't think nothing's going to happen in terms of the Pelicans. I don't think BI will be moved. But then again, we'll see what happens, man. I doubt it. I think they go into the season with Brandon Ingram and something materializes after the fact. You know, we'll see how it goes. It looks like their minds are settled, but then again, who knows what the Pelicans going to do? I don't know if they operate with a clear plan or a vision. It doesn't feel like it, to be honest with you, but we'll see. All right. So anyway, thank y'all for being in the stream. Please feel free to hit the like button. How you doing, Michael? Shout out to you, bro. Pelicans, Nola, much love. Appreciate you for being here as well. He says, been hearing Utah will sign Laurie to a new deal. Yes, indeed, that is something I think they'll definitely do. And then the rumor mill is that once that happened, then they'll kick into another mode and want to see if they can try to perhaps look at Brandon Ingram. It's just a bunch of rumor crap. And I'm tired of all the rumors. I'm tired of all of the potential trades. I'm just overdone with it, man. It just was overkill. So we can just move on from it and just keep it pushing, man. Anyway, big ups to you guys, man. We up in this thing, PPR, man. Let's hit some of these articles, man, as we get ready to kind of pop into this thing. I'm going to drop the link after I cover some of this stuff here. But let's kind of get into one of these right here. Shout out to Terry Kimball, man, doing this thing over at the Sports Illustrated side, New Orleans Pelicans on at Sports Illustrated. This report reveals that New Orleans Pelicans' pursuit of Cavaliers center Jared Allen. So this is something we talk about. We knew that the Pelicans, this was one of the things that the Pels, we knew that ultimately that they were looking at doing. We knew that that was the number one option in David Griffin's mind is Jared Allen. I mean, he's the number one guy. That's what, his guns is aimed at for that. And, and Jared Allen's a good player. And, that right now, like I said before, I don't think he gets moved at this juncture. Well, let's get into the article. My brother Terry says the Pelicans attempted to pry the versatile big man away from Cleveland this offseason. New report published on Monday revealed that the Pelicans tried to acquire Cleveland Cavaliers center Jared Allen this offseason. And according to Clutch Sports, Evan Dumeral reported that the sources revealed to them that both the Pelicans and Rockets reached out to Cleveland about the availability of Jared Allen, right? Now, according to the report, while both teams engaged in talks, the conversation didn't go far. They slammed that shit quick. Cavaliers then hired former Brooklyn Nets head coach Kenny Atkinson this summer after firing Bickerstaff following the Cavaliers' playoff loss to the Celtics. Atkinson coached Allen in Brooklyn and reportedly wants to keep Allen in Cleveland. That's what I've been saying. Now, NBA insider Mark Stein reported Atkinson's desire to keep the Cavaliers' nucleus together. Quote, the arrival of Kenny Atkinson as Cleveland's new coach has convinced various teams that Jared Allen has just become even harder to pry from the Cavs via trade than it was previously. End quote. So we knew this is kind of stuff that we talked about here on PPR ad nauseum. We when I said that when Atkinson came in because he's familiar with Jared from their time with Brooklyn. He believes in Jared Allen, knows that Jared Allen can bring it, and have it in the core that they have, even though Darius Garland, if he had to put money on it, of which one of those guys would leave first, I'll put money on Garland at some point, But perhaps Kenny Atkinson could create something where they can work together. You see what I'm talking about? Even though I know Donovan Garland was, Garland was the one that was saying that he would move out. He would want to trade if that happened, but there's no trade value for him currently. So I guess he would have to sit on it, play for the team, and if something materialized later on, then they will make a move. But this is a good team Cleveland has, man. Kenny Atkinson takes over a playoff team, man. And they are still going to be relevant in the East now. They're not up there with, say, a Boston or what New York's doing or even what Philly's doing. But they are a team on that, I believe, like on that next tier of teams there, making a push. NBA insider Mark Stein reported Atkinson's desire to keep Cavaliers nucleus together is something there. And Allen has 2 years and $40 million left on his current deal, and the young center is considered a valuable asset because of his athleticism and rim protection. Now, he did get a bump in pay this, what was it, a couple days ago? He did get a bump and increase in pay, and we'll see what happens with that because he got paid, man. They paid Jared Allen. They paid Evan Mobley. They paid Spider. And they gave him their paper. But then there's rumors about, what's his name, Okoro, signing trade rumors and all that. You know, we'll see how it all goes, man. I think that's the last time I checked on him. But anyway, that's some of the news there. That's kind of stuff that we talked about with them. And that's obviously the ideal situation in the mind of David Griffin is Jared Allen. He's the answer to everything for the Pelicans. He's the answer. All right. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Pelican debrief. Multiple Pelicans are making a major impact at the Olympics. Standard NBA role players becoming one of their country's best. And what we love to see, this is the briefs dropping it. Olympics officially begun this past weekend with the first group. You got the Pelicans family members, Daniel Tice in Germany begin play. Jose Alvarado in Puerto Rico doing their thing. Germany was able to win each of their first 2 Olympic Games. Puerto Rico has taken 2 big losses, but New Orleans and its family base and the performance of Tice and Alvarado have been encouraging. Tice and Germany's Group B consists of France, Japan, Brazil, and themselves, a rather manageable group. Germany has a chance to make it out of the group play and advance forward. The same cannot be said for Jose Alvarado in Puerto Rico, who's in the fate lies in the Group C, which consists of Team USA, South Sudan, Serbia. Puerto Rico has arguably by far the least amount of NBA success on it. However, that hasn't stopped Jose Alvarado from playing his best brand of basketball. We talked about like Jose Alvarado and how he's been done and how he's matured. But Jose Alvarado's really done really well, man. Jose's really looked good in playing. We know it's, even though it's that, you know, that FIBA style stuff, but the reality is Jose Alvarado, man, game has definitely matured. He's got more confidence in shooting a 3-pointer, still plays with a lot of energy, facilitates well, you know, and is high IQ on the basketball court. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pelicans bring him off the bench along with whoever they're going to be off the bench. So we'll see. Daniel Tice has played his role to perfection. Game 1 of the Olympics was a masterclass by the veteran big man against Roy Hachimura's led Japan team. Tice finished 18 points on 100%, 7 for 7, including 2 threes, adding 7 rebounds, a steal, and no fouls in 97-77 to win. Tice controlled the game from the point defensively. It also played a contributing factor on the offensive floor in the win in 2 games. In the game 2, Tice did fill the stat sheet effectively, but did his part in an 86-73 win over Brazil. 6 points, 6 boards, 2 blocks across 23 minutes. Helped lead Germany to another victory. Next awaits with Wembanyama-led France club. Now, Jose Alvarado must mirror his Game 1 performance versus Team USA, and then we talk about all that. But see, what's really interesting is the fact that when you talk about the Pelicans, guys, we do have some really good talent there. And that's what it basically comes down. Like Tice, a lot of people think that Daniel Tice would ultimately be the starting 5. If that's indeed what's going to happen there. A lot of people believe that that's what it's going to look like with Tice coming in a role we don't yet know. But if you look at what Willie Green could possibly do, he's kind of a play it safe type of coach at times. And you probably would see a Daniel Tice at the 5 position for him. He's a guy that can hit the 3. He plays defense. He's smart. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, but in terms of talent and altogether, you know, he's probably the best option currently on the team. Now, a lot of people are not excited about that because we see Daniel Tice as mostly a veteran backup guy, but they're looking to kind of mix and match Tice with Yves Missi and throw Carlo Mekabic in there some kind of way as well. But the thing is, and the reality is, we have to see exactly how this plays. Like with Willie Green, Willie Green has to really solve his lineup, and that's something that when we get ready to start practicing and get the camps and all that stuff going, they'll have to determine who's the starting five the Pelicans get out there. It's still question marks whether it'll be Herb Jones or CJ McCollum at the 2 position. It's starting to look like now, as I'm thinking and we talking about it, could very well be CJ McCollum at the 2. A lot of people don't like that, but the bench, how do you like the bench with Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy? If Herb comes off the bench, Jose, Herb, Trey, then you have, you throw Jordan Hawkins in there, Yves, whatever the case may be. But the bench, my goodness, if that's the case, then of course you can mix and match because you become quite versatile too. But I really don't want to see Herb off the bench, but it just goes to, it just seeing how the Pelicans do certain things. I could see them having a matchup or a lineup with CJ McCollum out there. I wouldn't like that at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the look. All right. So anyway, let's keep it bucking, man. And let's go into this next one right here. I got dialed up right here from Clutch Sports. What the Pelicans must improve ahead of the 2024 season. And that's one of the things here, fam, to kind of talk about, as well as the Pelicans' weaknesses are clear and they need to address it. This is from Chris Dodson, Executive Vice President of Basketball of Griffin, has made significant moves this offseason, including acquiring all-star point guard DeJounte Murray and signing veteran center Daniel Tice. New Orleans nabbed promising Baylor big Yves Messi and sharpshooting Kentucky guard Antonio Reeves. And in the 24 draft. So I have the revamped front office struck with the homegrown core, despite the obvious weaknesses inherent in the Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram pairing. Williamson, Ingram, McCollum are coming back to the Crescent City, barring a trade. Ingram may leave town before training camp, sure, but it is looking less likely by the day. The Cleveland Cavaliers did sign Jared Allen to a massive 3-year extension, ending the route to one trade partner. ESPN Zach Lowe reports that any movement in the Ingram market depends on Lauri Markkanen leaving the Utah Jazz first, which is not looking like he'll do that. Look like they're going to give him some money. Pelicans must improve shot selection, rebounding. Still the supporting cast of Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, Jose Alvarado means that this squad will look at least similar next season. So you can see they're taking on the approach like a lot of the ESPN people believe that CJ McCollum will start. And the reason why a lot of people think that is because of CJ's shooting. They're thinking if you put Herb in there, that lessens the 3-point shooting. Having CJ off ball CJ is good, but his defense ain't all that. It's not hitting on shit anyway, but off ball CJ is a plus with his 3-point shooting off DeJounte Murray. And then, of course, you can cover up some of that stuff by certain lineups if you have to. So anyway, let's finish up on this one here. Hold on, let me get it on the right. There you go. All right. So anyway, where was I? All right. A look at this 24-pack case of stats shows exactly what the Pelicans need to improve. Rebounding, defense, and 3-point volume, not taking ending possessions by clearing the boards and refusing to take the most valuable shot in basketball will be what tears this team apart. These shortcomings are not sitting on the bench either. All-star starting center is not, he says that all-star starting center is not walking through those locker room doors for nothing. The second line, led by Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy III, already has a larger than life reputation. If the All-Stars want to make the roster work, they'll have to stick to the fundamentals and execute the game plan, calling for 43s per game. In the make or miss league, it's best to start with the offense. Willie Green's defense is already elite. All stats per 100 possessions and league rankings are in parentheses. The points per game, 116.5. That's good for 11th in the league. True shooting percentage, 59.1%, good for 10th. Effective field goal percentage, almost 56%, good for 11th. Points in the paint, 51.3. That's good for 10th in the NBA. Opponents' points in the paint, 46.6. That's 6th in the NBA. Threes attempted, 33. That's 23rd in the NBA. Then you take a look at the percentage of 3-point shots, 37.3. That's 22nd. Opponent's percentage shooting the three, 39.1%. Was 29th. The rebounds, Pelicans are top 10, actually a top 8, 44.5. The offensive rebounds, 10.5, good for middle of the pack in the NBA. Rebounding percentage rate, 50.5. That's good for 10th. Second chance points, 14, which is good for 13th in the NBA. The shooting and rebound numbers are just above average, but not quite on the fringe of elite levels for the most part. Finding another handful of 3-pointers, at least one per quarter, is a priority. There goes for taking away some second chance opportunities in the paint. Winning those math problems is part of the modern game. It's hard to do when seemingly every franchise has set a road 3-point shooting record in the Smoothie King Center, right? Y'all remember that? Willie Green earning a defensive reputation, forcing more tough mid-range shots while avoiding the same will be the first thing opposing scouts notice next season. An active defense helping is step one. And some reserves will need to step up with Dyson Daniels leaving town. While some may lament the lack of proven experienced starting center, the Pelicans should be fine with Murray and Herb able to switch point of attack duties. Williamson and Ingram will have to step up for a full season. Trey Murphy III will have to out-compete rivals like Chet Holmgren to be worth nearly a max contract. Carlo Mekovic, Daniel Tice, and Yves Missi and Trey Jimerson, don't forget Trey Jimerson, can fully commit to clearing the glass. The center by committee approach means that the front office foursome can protect the paint, knowing they have fouls to give and will not be a focal point on the offense. So we just got a bunch of goons we could destroy people. I mean, we got some. Hey, man, listen. If you had a gene smasher, right? If we had a gene smasher, we could take Daniel Tice, Yves, Trey Jimerson, and Carlo Mekovic and gene smash these guys into one center. We'd be doing all right, man. That'll be a pretty decent guy, wouldn't it be? If you had a gene smasher and you took Carlo Mekovic, Daniel Tice, and that's DC popping on. Welcome on, DC. How you doing, sir?
Yo, y'all gotta excuse me. I'm out in the elements today, so I know my mic been sounding bad. Still ain't got the studio hooked up, but it's a little worse than usual today.
All right.
What's up?
So instead of hearing DC frying pineapples, it'll be like you popping popcorn. Is that what you're saying?
Big Q, when your world famous fried pineapples coming out, bro? Because you got the recipe. Real. You introduced me to fried pineapples. I didn't know what they were.
Man, get out of here. You know about that, man. Come on. All right. So anyway,
everybody know you look like a Jamaican chef, bro. I could pull up a bunch of Jamaican chefs and they look just like you.
Brother, no, sir. If you put if
Jamaican chef mixed with a Gene Deal who be talking about Puffy all the time.
Puff. And now. That's how he make his money. DC Gene got to talk about it.
Big old Gene, huh?
And now, the Pelicans got a Gene Smasher machine. Gene Deal. There you go. All right. So let me before I finish this article, DC. Let me say this, man. If we had a Gene, what player would that be? What player would that be, family? Let me ask y'all that. If we took all of those guys, all that boatload of centers that we have.
Man, that's prime Akeem Olajuwon, bro. You take all three of them, put them together.
No, you got four.
Oh, you take 4 of them? Oh, man. You
got 4.
Voltron, bro.
It's Daniel Tice, Yves Missi, Carlo Mekovic, Trey Jimerson. And
that's a Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame center. Like, you got the body of Trey Jimerson, right? The shooting stretchability of Carlo, right? I guess I could say the rebounding and the screen setting of Daniel Tice, and the defensive mobility, athleticism of what's the boy name? Yves Missi. That's a dangerous player, Q.
I know, man.
Who gonna be the brain though? I guess we got Daniel Tice would have to be the brain. He's probably the smartest of them all. So
right,
that's a dangerous player, man. So you got a 7'2". No, not 7'2". What is Trey Jimerson? He's almost 7 foot. He's 6'10" or 6'11".
I think they say they have them listed at 6'11", 6'11". You might as well say 7 feet. So yeah, he's a 7 footer.
Basically, it would be Dwight Howard with a jump shot.
That's scary.
Yeah, Dwight Howard with a jump shot, and
without all the weirdness.
Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to find a nice way to say it. I don't want to down the brother, but
yeah, without the weirdness. Dwight Howard with
a lot of weirdness over there.
Yeah, a lot of weirdness, man. But anyway,
if it wasn't for the weirdness, I think he definitely would still be in the NBA. Definitely.
He took his weirdness on the road. DC. He's the owner of the Chinese team, the Taiwan team, I want to say. I think.
Yeah, and he was on Twitter requesting to have some men come out and assist in some type of way. It was a little weird. But,
let's keep it on. Let's keep it on course.
Let's move on.
Let's move on, DC. All right, he got a freaky dodash going on, man. We can chill out with it.
Oh wow!
All right, so anyway, man, let's keep it going, man. All right, so anyway, getting back to the article right here, the center by committee approach means that the front office force them. Let's see where the foursome of Carlo Makovic, Tice, Misi, Trey Jemison can fully commit to cleaning the glass, and then center by committee approach means the front office foursome can protect the paint by knowing they have fouls to give and will not be focal points on offense. So that is true. That we do have some bigs that can do different things. Yves Misi is a guy that can shot block and run the floor really, really well. Trey Jemison is a dude that plays defense and clean up the glass and handle his business there. Carlo Makovic has a good offensive touch, can not shoot the three consistently, but is getting better there. And it's all those guys are lob threats to it, especially Carlo Makovic. And then Daniel Tice is obviously the more of intelligent, seasoned big there. So, I mean, it could work if Willie Green knows how to work it. So if he can incorporate him correctly, it could be something. The only problem is how good is Willie Green in mixing and matching with those rotations? That's the thing. And in his fourth year, like with everybody, not just the players and on the court, then you have to not assume, but know and say, hey, listen, Willie Green's been here going into his fourth season as an NBA head coach. At some point, he has to make a jump, right? We want to see him because you've seen guys that started the same time with Willie Green, and you could see how their jump was, like Jamal Mosley. Everybody knew Jamal Mosley potentially could be a good coach. Look what he's done with Orlando. He's taken that team. He's breathed life into that Orlando Magic team. They're dangerous. And they've had a really big quantum leap from where they were, because a lot of people didn't think they'll be relevant that fast. They thought it might be a little off. And we know he was there for the same amount of time Willie has been here. But his team is some believe ahead in their development. Now with the Pelicans, man, as well, we're looking for Willie Green to have somewhat of a clear, maybe not clear, but we need to see much more improvement from Willie Green coaching and play calling, understanding his players, his talents, and not over relying on one player have the discipline to be able to have not only just get the five starters going, but also have a relevant bench. Fam, we have another year of deep bench play from the Pelicans. We can't be looking at our bench and say, you know what? We can shrink the bench and only go with 8 or 9 guys every night. Man, no. We got to be
hard for Willie to mess this up, though, man. If we being honest, hold on,
hold on, just a second. So I'm gonna turn it over to him and let you have the whole thing, bro. Let me finish this. I was just touching on something, but I hit these stats and turn it over to you. Just a second. So thank you, sir. All right, so steals 8.4 and steals at second. Blocks is 4.7 with 19. The defensive rating.
Go ahead.
It had nothing to do with that. Defensive rating 111.9. That's tied for 6th. and opponents' effective field goal percentage 54.1%, which is 12th in the NBA. Again, front office still has to navigate trade scenarios into the deadline, but all 5 Southwest Division squads look ready to compete for at least an NBA play-in tournament spot. Everything depends on the injury bug, especially in the Big Easy. Defense is the team's fallback plan to keep things close regardless of who is available. The mantra has worked in the past as Green has gotten to the postseason. After historically bad starts, the franchise fought to the end last year as well, but once Williamson went on to IR, the rest of the season felt like a formality. And of course they're saying maximizing Zion's talent. So before we get into that section, go ahead, DC, my brother, go ahead and talk about the Willie thing that you wanted to add.
Well, you're actually really good at something Willie Green is not, and that's calling timeouts. That was an excellent timeout you called when I was talking about Willie Green, when you proceeded to speak the article, and it was actually in the flow of the podcast, So if Willie could just do that and let James Borrego have more of an influence on the offense, we know what Willie gonna bring defensively. I mean, the Pelicans could be really damn good in spite of Willie Green.
Well,
Won't be because of Q. Sorry.
Well, I mean, how you being good in spite of? He's the head coach.
Because you got DeJounte Murray, man. DeJounte Murray about to run everything around now.
He works with the coach, man. What you talking about? Why are you trying to separate everybody? Why are you?
But all the shit that Willie Green do that don't make sense, DeJounte Murray gonna say no.
But
he only gonna do the stuff that Willie do that makes sense.
But that
when
means
Willie Green on this bullshit, they're gonna go renegade and it's gonna benefit the team.
So Willie's not going to change in league with his star point guard. That's all I'm saying.
Willie Green's best ability is his stubbornness, Q. The last thing I expect from Willie Green is to change. Hopefully he can learn and improve, but change, no. He's going to stick to his philosophy and stick to his guns. He's stubborn. Very stubborn and hard-headed.
Bro, don't you understand?
We're going to continuously run small ball. They're going to have a center. We're probably going to be arguing about the center rotation until we trade BI. Because they're going to have one of these guys, everybody going to look at him and be like, oh, he should be starting. But you know what Willie going to do? He's going to start the other guy. Or maybe he does start the guy we want him to start, right? And the second center is going to play the most minutes. So I can't expect the Zebra to change their stripes. All I can do is hope that we put the right pieces in place to where the Zebra can be the Zebra, if you know what I'm saying. I ain't talking about referees, I'm talking about Willie Green. And speaking on that, maybe, just maybe, Willie could call a fucking challenge every game. Don't take it home. We don't need to save it. We can't roll them over. This ain't like in the early 2000s with rollover minutes. No, take the challenge and call it, man.
Won't happen.
Use your challenges.
Won't happen. That won't happen, bro. Yeah, now you asking.
So you don't even believe it.
I don't. You about that challenge? That challenge the challenge the game. No, that's not gonna happen. Now about a Zebra changing the stripes.
Okay, can we at least get Willie to get mad and talk about some of the BS we watched on the court after the game? Can we at least have that? Because good coaches, they don't ignore the obvious and act like we just got to keep getting better when people messing over your team and it's being unfair and you're being cheated. You just never mention it?
You know what, DC?
We got to earn that. We got to earn it. So Zion got to earn not getting smacked in the face and them not calling a foul. He got to earn it?
Well, that was
some of those fouls should just be called. Other ones, it's like, okay, that's a little ticky-tack. Yeah, Zion a big dude. He hit him a little bit, but you can let that go. But some, bro, it's like, come on, man. Think about any other great coach in the league. If they had a player like Zion and he would get fouled in some of the ways we see Zion get fouled, man, that damn coach would be getting ejected, bro. They wouldn't have it. He'll get ejected, and then when that don't work, he'll probably talk Zion to get an ejection. Because you know why? If Zion gets ejected, right, because of a bad call, you know what the league is going to have to do? They're going to have to adjust the way they call the game because Zion is a superstar. People want to watch him. And if you put him out the game because he went haywire for a call that really was messed up, that's not good for business.
All I can say, man, in the end is that that won't happen. Willie Green is not going to challenge a play every game. He's not going to do that. Willie Green is not going to blow up on a bad call from the referees. We've seen several atrocious 9 calls that happened to John Williamson. When he get knocked on his ass,
He gonna keep being the same, then Q. These are the changes he need to make.
well, that's what I'm saying. He's up, but he already told you that, DC. He already told you that he's not gonna lose any money. He told you that. Remember
his
that?
name tell me everything, man. Willie is green. If you know what I'm saying.
But he been here for 4 years. It's hard to say the man's still green. He been coaching the NBA team.
He green, Q. He been here 4 years and still don't know when to call the timeout. He green, Q.
It is the bottom line is this. What you ask him?
I like him though. I like him as a person. Everything I'm talking about is just strictly him as a coach. As a person, I think the players like him. I think he has a good pulse on the team for his understanding guys and all the off-court stuff and all the mentorship stuff you want your coach to be. But we need more. We need more tenacity, man. We need more want-to. We need more buy-in from Willie Green on the darker side of the game. You know that good coaches know how to master too. You got to use that dark psychology a little bit too, man. Out there, man. It's a strategic game, man. And violence and aggression is a part of it. We can't continuously be church boys and pray to the. I mean, you look at Mark Jackson, man. Mark Jackson was a God-fearing man, but he wasn't gonna take no mess, bro.
Yeah, but that was
you can be like that and still have your morals intact.
Yeah, but DC, Mark Jackson played like that. That was his gritty style of play. So he basically, when he was head coaching, he breathed that type of mentality into the teams that he was dealing with, because that's what his signature style of play was.
All right, Q. I got one better. Can we put Brandon Ingram in the best situation to succeed with Zion or vice versa? Can Willie do that?
Can he put Zion?
How you going to defend this? Yeah. Can we put our star players in better situations to succeed?
I think we can.
Why does Zion get hot and people start looking him away? Why do certain players on the team get hot and Willie Green sit him on the bench?
Stupid, inexperienced, making bad decisions. But that's the point of emphasis.
All that's in the past. That's all changed this year.
That's all changed. You know why it changed? Because you got DeJounte Murray. On DeJounte Murray. That's the big chip, the floor general.
Well, I agree with that. So DeJounte Murray gonna tell him how to do substitutions.
That's what I was telling you.
All right. Well, DeJounte Murray gonna be coach on the team, and Willie Green, when he talking that bullshit, DeJounte Murray gonna go renegade, like I told you, and that's gonna help us. DeJounte
Murray is not gonna go renegade on Willie Green.
If Willie calling some dumb shit and everybody know it ain't gonna work, I guarantee it will.
Is a team-minded person.
B.I. was already going to renegade, man.
That's B.I. DeJounte Murray is not going to go renegade on Willie, man. Especially when he's the point guard. It's a different relationship that the floor general.
But what if it's good for the team, Q?
Hold on, bro. Listen. I'm saying that Willie Green improves through his floor general. They have to be on the same line. And that's regardless if DeJounte's right or Willie's right. They have to.
I think Big Q need to put that tap dancing emoji up there for himself.
It's not tap dancing, bro. That's facts.
Kevin said, "When will this world judge people on performance over personality?" Thank you, talking about you, Big Q.
What I'm saying is when will this world judge people on performance over personality? It's not about personality. It's about Willie Green as the head coach. It's facts. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's facts. It's Willie Green, not the head coach. It's DeJounte Murray now the floor general for the Pelicans. They're both.
But you're trying to give Willie Green credit for DeJounte Murray.
I didn't give
DeJounte Murray about to break.
I didn't do none of that. All I said was that the floor general, DeJounte Murray, and Willie Green have to be on the same line. They have to be in harmony with each other on how this is going to go. That's what I said. Now, the team will improve, and I say Willie Green improves along with his point guard, because there are certain things that DeJounte Murray will see that Willie probably won't see, and vice versa. Those guys will have to communicate and be on the same line, and if they do that, then you'll see the Pelicans improve as a whole. I don't separate the head coach and the point guard of the team apart. We need both of these guys to be in harmony with each other so the Pelicans can take the next step. And Willie Green needs to listen to his staff, his people like Borrego, who came back, and other. He has a pretty good assistant staff. He needs to start opening up his goddamn ears and listening to some of these other people. If he knows that he doesn't have the feel for the game, and it shows that he doesn't have the feel to know when to make the calls, when you see the shifts about to happen and all that, I'm pretty sure he got assistant coaches that does. So if he knows where he's weak at, he has to allow his top assistants to say, hey, coach, we need this or whatever. That's what has to happen. They're supposed to work together as a group. And the dude ain't perfect, and he understands that. We know that about Willie Green. But at the same time, they have to work together to make this work, or it won't work at all, is what I'm saying. So we can't have one dude doing something against the other dude. That just gonna tear the team up. That's all I'm saying. And we don't need to have that. We need everybody in harmony and doing the right shit. Willie need to step his goddamn game up with his strategies and do better there offensively speaking. He needs to listen more to James Borrego. I'm with that. I don't consider Willie Green.
So Willie need to show the team more love, Q. He need to improve the love doctrine.
Where are you getting
Willie needs more love.
Where are you getting all this from? The stuff that you just coming up with.
He has
made no reference to
an immeasurable capability to love, Q. We know that.
I made no reference of love. I'm talking strictly basketball here. I don't know where you coming out of the blue with love and all that shit from. I make no reference to any emotion.
You have some compassion and be joyous about it.
Have some compassion. This is a strict basketball move.
And use your mindfulness.
Okay, I will use my mindfulness. I guarantee you that you won't see no aggressive words on them damn walls. You're going to have the same wording up there. Mindfulness, together, not togetherness.
Man, the Jate go tell all that shit down, right?
He is not. He ain't
the first practice.
He gonna jump up there and tear it down. It's 20-something feet in the air.
Borrego go hop up there and put violence up there. Play with violence. That's going to be so happy.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got you, DC. All right. So anyway, let's move on, man. Let's get to this section of the article right here. Family, by the way, thank y'all for being here, man. Appreciate y'all for chiming in. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Much love. Y'all, shout out to all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. All right. Maximize Zion Williamson's strength. And also, by the way, family, if y'all want to chime in, man, we won't be going extra long today, rather. I have another stream, a Saints stream that'll be popping up around about 2:00. So probably another hour and some change will go on. So if you want to be heard, just, pop in, drop your thoughts on the Pelicans and what you think. The link is pinned to the chat as well. And once again, thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button and feel free to share. I'm reading some of y'all comments. Y'all crazy, man. I say anyway, maximizing Zion Williamson's strengths is key to success. Yes, indeed. The Point Zion experiment paired with Green's defensive-minded coaching was working, though. Williamson was last seen dropping 40 points on LeBron's Lakers. How about that game, man? I love that game. Ingram is itching to change the narratives following the disastrous 12-month stretch, including Team USA duty. The over 30 CJ McCollum and now on his third team, Murray, might have their best shots at an NBA Finals appearance. Williamson works best in transition, and when defenses are trying to focus on secondary actions, he can have the ball out. He can have the ball, but needs the space created by off-ball actions. The stats suggest that the Pelicans can play a bit faster, share the ball, and still win the turnover battle. Let me kind of put this on the screen so y'all can see the stats a little clearer. All right. So anyway, here's the turnovers. 13.2. That's 12th in the NBA. Opponents turnovers, 14.4. That's 7 points off turnovers, 17.6, which is good for 5th in the NBA. Opponents points off a turnover, 15.6. That's top 10. Assists per contest, 27.3. That's 10th. Assist ratio, 19.4. That's 10th. Assist percentage, 36.4. That's 15th. The pace stats, 98.7. That's good for 16th, middle of the pack. Quite frankly, with those motivations and proven talents, it's not hard to see why the Pelicans think this could be their year to win a division title. The franchise has one banner in 2008 hanging in the Smoothie King Center as it is. Adding a second to the opposite side to open Williamson's first NBA playoffs game in the blender would be a boon to the home court advantage. The Pelicans just cannot rest on their first round exit laurels when it comes to addressing the weak points, the recipe for more NBA playing torture at best. So we have to improve there. So anyway, that's the article. Shout out to Clutch Sports, kind of dropping the science on that. So Point Zion, DC, to talk about that, man. Like we said, and we are in agreement here.
Yeah.
We're obviously.
I think we need to put a vote in the chat, though.
A what?
A vote in the chat. We need to get the chat to vote on who thinks Willie Green will succeed as Pelicans head coach next year.
DC.
That should be a vote.
DC, we done moved on, brother. We talk about Point Zion experiment.
I know,
brother.
but I mean, maybe we can touch on it, later on in the show. We can go on to talk about Point Zion. You put that vote in it, you can make up whatever vote you want to make up about Point Zion.
What's the question, brother?
Will Willie Green be successful as a coach of New Orleans Pelicans this year?
Will Willie Green? I will say yes.
You can rephrase it. Not if the Pelicans will be successful. I think Willie Green can be a horrible coach. The Pelicans still be successful.
I don't see how that will work. If you got a horrible coach, he would not.
How about this?
He still have to do his job, bro.
Would we prefer to have another coach other than Willie Green's coach the Pelicans, or James Borrego or Willie Green? Put a vote up there for that. James Borrego or Willie Green? There's a lot of ways you can go with it, Big Q. We love you here, brother. We got to break you out of your delusion, man. You the only person who believes this shit about Willie Green.
No, it's not. You're not listening to me, brother.
Let the family speak. Put a vote up there. And let the family chime in. And you can look at the results yourself.
I don't even know what kind
and you're still entitled to your opinion because, we rocking with you, man. PPR for life. But, yeah, I ain't buying none of the Willie stuff you spitting out, bro.
So
but anyway, we can move on to Point Zion. You'll figure out how to put that poll up.
No, you ain't going to do all that. You ain't going to
what's the matter?
Pivot away and run away like that.
I'm not running. I was slowly walking.
No, you definitely ran away from that one.
I didn't run. I mean, it wasn't a fight, so I started walking off.
All I said was that the team, they need to be in harmony with each other. That's all I'm saying. And I think that they
need to play with compassion, joy, and mindfulness. Then, right? That would definitely put them in harmony. Huh?
You throwing emotions in there that I had nothing to do. I didn't say anything about emotions. That's harmony. You have to put
your emotions got to be on one page to be in harmony, brother.
I didn't say
have emotions all over the place.
As a team, they have to work together.
Okay.
Have synergy and harmony for that to work. So the head coach, which is Willie, has to get with his point guard on the floor general, who will be orchestrating all of this, making sure the right people get the ball, setting up everything. Offensively and defensively, they have to be on the same page for us to maximize the team and move. That's all I'm saying. And I think that with DeJounte and Willie working together, that, like I said, you'll see his differences because they're different. Willie will see what DeJounte saying, and DeJounte will see what Willie's saying. That has to work, and then of course you saying that they're going to win in spite of Willie Green. I'm like, no, they're not. You can't win in spite of the man when he the one that got to make all of the calls out there. He's the one that's directing everything. How you going to win in spite of somebody? And they're the damn head coach. It's not going to work like that. That only cause problems. But anyway, go ahead, D. I'm going to put this poll together.
Who's the head coach of the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls before they won a championship? What was his name? Does anybody remember?
Doug Collins.
Doug Collins.
What about Doug Collins, bro?
Can Willie Green be our Doug Collins?
Bro, what is you talk? Go ahead, DC. Floor's yours, brother. It's all good. Go ahead. What does Doug Collins got to do with Willie Green, bro? What are you talking about, man? Willie
Green is the coach before the coach, Q.
What are you talking about, DC? What are you talking about, bro?
Willie Green is the coach you have before you get a real coach.
So Willie Green's is Doug Collins. Is that what you said?
He's a very respectable one. I don't even know if he's Doug Collins. I'm asking if he could be. That would be very high marks.
Oh man!
Because the guy before Doug Collins really sucked. but Doug Collins was like a step up. So we had like, Alvin Gentry and
I don't remember the
Stan
guy.
Van Gundy. Exactly. Willie Green, when we talk about the legacy of the Pelicans, I think he would at least be memorable. If we go ahead and win a finals or something, we definitely would talk about, oh, y'all remember we had Willie Green, and right before, that's when the team was coming up, he got them guys to play, be professionals, and be upstanding men. But this other coach came, boy, and it just brought out a monster in him. It'd be conversation to go something like that. But I'm just saying, Willie Green is the coach before the coach, and that's the best thing I could say about him. He's not a horrible coach by a long shot. We can get to the playoffs for Willie, but as far as us doing anything meaningful, I don't think we do. If we do something meaningful, my whole point in bringing up Doug Collins will be, then Willie Green would be Doug Collins, because he was a coach before the coach, but he was a good coach before the coach. You get me?
Doug Collins was a solid coach.
Exactly. So can Willie Green be our Doug Collins?
I don't know, DC.
It sounds like an insult, but it's not really that bad.
Nah, you gotta unpack it, because Doug Collins was a solid coach, man. He's a smart coach. He just didn't have a good team. Would Doug Collins be able to win a championship if he had Phil Jackson's team?
I don't know, but I can tell you this: maybe he could win a championship, but I don't believe he'd have won 6.
I think he would have won a championship with one of those. If he had,
I think he could have won one.
He could have won one. I give him one, maybe 2.
I think he could have won one.
Maybe 2. DC, if you had Jordan.
I mean, he had Michael Jordan playing at an MVP level,
Right. He just didn't have it.
The best years of Michael Jordan's career statistically came under Doug Collins.
Yeah, when he had Oakley up there. So I mean, they had some different people, man. But
now let me tie it all in for you. Can Willie Green be our Doug Collins by maximizing Zion Williamson?
Orlando
which we'll go into.
Wow.
Huh?
Orlando. He went back on that one there, Kevin, man.
Michael Jordan, they had people on the team doing coke. I stayed in my room. That was crazy. That was crazy. But, so the whole point of me bringing up Doug Collins is, Michael Jordan had some of his best years. Willie Green's best attribute as a coach can be leaning fully into Zion Williamson, man. Let's take the kid gloves off, put everything on his shoulders in the beginning of the season. Let's not baby step into it. Matter of fact, at this point, if Zion get hurt, I would prefer that he gets hurt early so he can come back late at least. So can Willie Green maximize him? And I think a big step in maximizing Zion will be able to create easy points for Zion while also maximizing other players. We know Trey gets easy points. CJ McCullough, kinda, get easy points. B.I. never gets any easy points. He takes the toughest shots in the league. Can he find easy points for his best players? It's really that simple, man. Maximizing the team around them, right? Running the best lineups that benefit these guys and finding easy points. They're going to get the hard buckets. They're going to create their situations with the hard shots. We have to find the easy points. They don't get a lot of those, man. So DeJounte Murray for sure helps that tremendously. But it's also on Willie Green's shoulder to be able to get in the lab with Borrego and help to agree upon, design, find, however they go about it, an offense that can generate easy looks for their star players. Because we have 2 guys that make incredibly tough shots. So if you combine that with the ability of getting them easy shots, their efficiency goes through the roof. As good as Zion was last year, it's almost like unbelievable when I go back and I look at his rookie year where the dude was shooting these crazy ass shots the way he does, but hitting them at 63, 64%. It's insane, bro. On the amount of attempts that he has. Can we get Zion's efficiency back there with him playing with the type of tenacity, determination, and energy he was playing with last year on both sides of the ball? Because if you can do that, you're looking at an MVP player.
Yeah. I mean, you make a good point, DC. I can't argue with that, bro. I mean, it's all about Zion, man. That's what it's supposed to be about. That's what a lot of people.
Willie Green got to be our Doug Collins for that to happen, though, Q. Or it's gonna be the same thing.
I think it's disrespectful to
Collins. Unless DeJounte Murray just go renegade and they do their own thing.
I think it's disrespectful and for
what?
For Doug Collins, for Willie Green for Doug Collins and Willie Green to be linked like that, because Doug Collins was a good coach. To be honest, no disrespect to Willie, but Willie has a long. He got a win.
That's the ceiling, Q.
I got you.
That and maybe Mike Brown or what he was able to do with Cleveland. That's the ceiling, bro.
There you go with
That's
Mike
the
Brown.
most we can get out of Willie.
Two
defensive-minded head coaches that came into the league young players, coaches that didn't have offense. It's a hell of a comparison, bro. It ain't that hard to see.
Nah, but the thing is, it's a difference, man. Willie Green he got to make a step there, man. He got to make a step. He got to make a step in this fourth season, man. He got to show something that he hadn't been showing the last 3 years. It's time for you to be able to, take it to the next level here. That's what I'm talking about. It's a next level step right here. We need to see from some of these coaches, man. That's how I go. And Willie Green is a guy, man. We know Willie Green could coach up some defense. We know that, but what about the rest of the stuff that he struggles with? We have to be. He has to fix that. Like I said with DeJounte Murray, he fixes a lot of stuff.
He struggles with everything except defense, Q.
Certain things, DC, I can't argue with you on that, brother. I know you're looking for an argument on that, and some of it's true. You're very right on that, bro. All right. Shout out to the faithful, man. Y'all in here. The poll says, will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season? 59% of the family members, DC says yes, he will, and 41 says no. So the flock can speak, and feel free if you guys haven't voted in the poll, please hit that poll up in the chat. It's will Willie Green be successful as a head coach for the Pels this season? 56% says no. It's 59%. Well, it's dropped to 56%. So 56% says yes. DC.
Man, stop it, Q. Only 10 people got it now. Let them people finish voting, bro, before you start prattling off percentages.
It's just telling you what the poll is right now. What you talking about, bro? Before I start prattling off stats, is that what it is? Stat prattling, DC?
That percentage prattling.
You're accusing me of stat prattling? That's on some Mickey Loomis type stuff, brother. That's how I go, brother. Oh man,
I gotta call it like I see it, brother. I gotta call it like
no. You just listen to the sports code. Stat prattling. Oh man, you hit me with my own word. Okay, DC, I see you, brother. I see. All right. So some Solely Train says, I think the second half of the season will be better than the first half because they'll make a trade for a big man from a tanking team before the trade deadline. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you for that. All right, Matt. All right. Master Cobb says, Willie's success depends on whether Zion can stay healthy. Honestly, if they have not fixed that, I do not see him in the position for long. Thank you, Master Connor. Big ups to you. As well, brother Kevin says, Willie Green being a solid head coach equals me being an astronaut. Okay, all right, Kevin. All right, astronaut Kev's in the building. All right.
Kev basically said he could coach the team and we still have a winning record.
I know. He said him working for NASA. Okay, Pelicans Nola says Willie Green will never change. Come on, fam. What are y'all talking about? People will change or they'll make a change. That's just how it is. Either he changes or they'll make.
He's gonna change clothes.
No. What I'm saying is either he changes or there will be changes. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no I'm not, or I'm gonna stay the same. No, I mean, and Kevin made a good point. Kevin Byers drew up the fact that, and I agree with this. He says, Borrego came back because he possibly sees a head coach job coming. And he going over here talking to Cleveland about their job. I'm going to talk to Detroit. I'm talking to this. If he stays putting the Willie Green team underachieves, Willie Green will be the guy that will be marked for termination. He will be, because it won't be David Griffin. It won't be Bryce. That's what it comes down to. So either he changes or a change will be made. Bottom line. So and I think Willie wants to stay the coach. He will change. I ain't talking about a great change, but like I said, DeJounte Murray and him will have to work together. There's no disputing that. All right. Greg said he won't change. All right, thank you. No problem, bro. All right. No problem, bro. Appreciate you. All right, what's up, brother Don? He says Borrego winning chips and Nola. See, a lot of the family members see that too about Borrego. Hey, we got a caller. Shout out to you, fam. It's who's that? State of the Pelicans. What's up, DJ, man? How you doing, man?
Well, no, what's going on?
Good, brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. This time, my guy Carlo Mekovic. I told DC, I told y'all that they were gonna sign him, and they actually did it.
Oh, go ahead, DJ. Talk your noise, bro. Talk your noise, man. Go ahead and talk it, brother. Because you deserve to shut DC up for all that bull he was talking. Go ahead, brother.
DC don't kill me, bro. Don't sweat me. But
he can't say nothing bad. He was wrong. Go ahead, DJ. The floor is yours.
I still think we need a starting center, but the center that we have on the roster right now, top 2 tier, if so. But I just gotta see how it's gonna work out in preseason, and go from there. Now that we got DeJounte like a true point guard, that's gonna change up the lineup, because I'm not putting Herb on the bench. The man he just got first rookie all team defense, and he got a holiday named after it. So I'm not putting Herb on the bench. So your starting five should be Murray, Herb, B.I., Zion, and I'm assuming whatever center they're going to roll out with. Your bench, that's questionable, because you don't have Dyson Daniels. We don't have Larry Nance no more. Cody Zeller, I don't even know why they signed him. That's just over with. It's gonna be an interesting preseason. That's all I'm gonna say.
They traded Cody Zeller, DJ. Cody Zeller was in the Murray trade with EJ, so he ended up with Atlanta. So
and shit, EJ Liddell, he got traded twice.
Yeah, he ended up Phoenix.
Yeah, EJ's in a really good situation, I believe, in Phoenix, man. I think he has an opportunity to get some meaningful minutes, because they need role players off the bench, man. It's kind of wide open, that bench rotation. So shout out to him. What's up, DJ?
What's going on, DC? What's going on?
I'm cooling, man. Just trying to talk some sense in the big Q about Willie Green. That's all.
All right, DC, stop deflecting. You want to respond to what DJ was saying about Carlo Mekovic and how you were wrong about that, sir?
Wait, what?
You want to talk about DJ's comment on Carlo Mekovic?
I got a question. Got a question, DJ.
Don't deflect.
You come in and you in the show all the time, man. What have I said about Carlo Mekovic? Have I ever talked down on Carlo Mekovic, DJ?
You know what though? That was Lex. So she was like, well,
no,
Carlo Mekovic. They might sign him, but he ain't no good. She was saying something about it. I don't know. It was either DC or
it was DC. No doubt about it.
I never said nothing bad about Carlo.
No, it was what you said about DJ was saying how Carlo Mekovic's impact could be. Like, that type of stuff. That's what she was on. I'm just keeping it all the way funky.
No, I said it's to be seen. I would love to hope it could be that, but we got to see it against regular players. I'm very intrigued by Carlo Mekovic. When DJ would talk about where's Carlo, I said all last season. I said, DJ, I don't know, but why not give him a shot? Larry Nance always hurt. We put him on the bench. He didn't play. I was like, I like to see him in game action. I've always spoke positively of Carlo Mekovic. I like Carlo Mekovic. I always did. Since we drafted him.
I hear you, brother. Okay. All right.
Now, if you say Darian Sebron, that's a different story. I didn't have a lot of good to say about Darian Sebron.
Well, I agree with you on that. Darian Sebron, I didn't see the fascination we had with him at the time either. I have to agree with you on that one.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.